This is Charlie Rose with Shelf Genie, and we're going to go over the kitchen design that we pulled together earlier and make sure that we get a good idea of the solutions that we discussed and have a good idea of how this is going to affect the various areas of your kitchen. So first of all, let's look at the sink side. And with the configuration that we have over here in the corner, we want to make sure that we were able to come in and give some kind of access. The right side had all the plumbing, so it was a little bit more challenging. There's some things that could be done, but focusing on the left side looks to be our best option. So we want to be able to come in and have a platform here at the bottom with a riser on the side. This is going to allow us access for a lot of the things that you might use up top, like scrub brushes, dishwasher tabs, things like that, that you want quick, easy retrieval while you're here at the sink. And then at the bottom, bigger things such as cleaners and items like that. If I slide back around and look to the right of the sink, what we wanted to do is to take this one and add the drawer to the door face and make this whole piece function as one operating door, in which is attached and has trash bins in it. So if I pan around or orbit around, you can see what we're doing. So we're going to convert that opening into an assembly like this. That way you can put whatever size trash cans you want. If you want to just put one, we can do that and put a divider at the bottom to keep it from shifting backwards. But this gives you a good option where you can house those there. To the right of that, which we weren't going to do anything there, but you certainly have some options if you wanted to do that. But let's slide on to where the stove is and we can take a peek at what we're wanting to do there. Under the stove, immediately there, and now I know it's not quite 100% accurate, but what we had was two drawer faces, false drawer fronts, and we want to go ahead and convert that into a drawer space. So you've got the room to be able to do that, and this would give us a really wide access drawer, which would be great for spatulas, mixing spoons, a lot of those implements that are currently on the counter and in the other drawer in the island. And then as I look underneath, what we're going to do is we're going to do a stile removal, and that means we're going to cut this stile at the top and at the bottom, attach it to the door as it's shown here. When you close it, there's going to be a hairline seam that you see at the top and bottom, but it's going to be very indetectable for those that don't know that that's been done. And what we want to do is, because this space wasn't completely decided upon exactly what was going to be done, but we are going to take that downdraft that's currently there from what looks like to be a previous unit, and we're going to cap that off. So we'll probably plan on getting some kind of insulation or something and filling that hole and then covering that plate and then screwing it down with either a metal plate or wood plate to cover that, so that way you're not getting the drafts that are coming back in. So we would just do that, no additional charge, so it should be pretty straightforward to fix. But what we're going to do is put 5-inch drawer units here. You can see it's going to pull a significant way out of the cabinet, and that's just going to allow you really easy access to that space. And then back to where we were, and this one where you've got the cookware, we want to be able to do a 5-inch unit at the bottom and then a single layer unit at the top, 2.5-inch at the top. Now you do have the opportunity here, we didn't put it in this particular design, but to have two of these. And if you have two of these, one to hold lids, maybe that's in the middle, one on the top that can hold the pots and pans and the commonly used items like that, the saucepans there too, and that would be a really good configuration for that as well. But you can kind of see a couple of options that we talked about. And then if we turn around and look at the island, with the island on the left hand side, we want to do a 5-inch unit, and this is where we had in mind to put the big mixer. You've got room for the mixer, you've got room for something else big in there too, because with this depth you're going to have plenty of space to be able to put additional tall items there. So we could have put a drawer above it on the top, but because of what we want to do in getting tall items, this is going to be a perfect way to be able to go about it, and just allows really easy access. The rails are all going to be load rated at 100 pounds as we mentioned, so the weight that you're going to have in there is not going to be of any kind of concern for us. Now this one also, we want to do a stile removal. We're going to cut at the top and the bottom and release this. With your everyday dishes that you're using there, we really want to give you a wide open space. So if you look at that, that's going to be a huge drawer in which you can put your plates. You're going to have plenty of room for that, but if you want to match maybe smaller bowls, smaller plates, and get it all in this space in its entirety, you can do that. Again, filling that up with its the entire space there too. 100-pound load rating, there's not going to be any problems. If for any reason we thought that it was, we could easily change that to 200-pound rails. to make sure that there's no issues whatsoever. So we're going to do 3 drawers in this space. We can get the mixing bowls, we can get some of the other platters and stuff that were in there in the back too, so that would be able to allow you to have good access to that island space. And then on this right end, I think there were some things in there, maybe the larger platters and stuff too. This could be where maybe the La Crusade or some of those items come in here. I think optimizing the island is a real big enticing draw, just because of the space that you're looking at. Because when we look at the entirety of the kitchen here, this is just the hub. You know, we've got all this access to the stove, to the sink, easy step across from where the refrigerator is there too. So let's go ahead and look at the pantry. And if we scroll around here and see with the pantry, with the double doors, we want to take off the rack that's on the one door that's holding the spices, and then we're going to put a total of 7 drawers in here. So the bottom one is 7 inches, the next 2 are 5 inches tall, and keep in mind that the spacing of all of the subsequent layers of glide outs here are dependent upon the content, the tallest content that's in that existing drawer. So if what's in this drawer is 8 inches tall, for example, then we're going to mount this next shelf up here at say 8 1/4, because we really want to squeeze that space down and optimize it. These are somewhat close together. That's a good spot for cans. So if you want to put can type things, we had talked about putting an insert in here as well with a ramp feature, so that way you can put all of the spices perhaps on one half and then cans on the other. So that's going to be really good access and great visibility for those items. Up above it, just a variety of things that can be done there on the next 2 shelves. And then at the very top, we've got one that's got a slope, smaller profile in the front, so it's easy to see over that lip, yet taller in the back, so things don't topple out of the back. And I think that gives us really good design concept there for this upper level. And then in the very top up here, you can somewhat see it, but we've got a partial shelf. That's going to be a good spot perhaps to put paper towels, paper plates, lightweight things up there. So once all this is closed, you'll be able to easily walk over here and come to this space and just reach up top, and you can get the items up there so you can kind of see what we're looking at. And just a view from the other side of the pantry as you start to go down the hallway too, but that gives you an idea of what we're looking at, so it's really going to be a great solution. And then last but not least, the area above the double oven and the refrigerator. What we want to do here is to create a good easy access for all of the things that are currently underneath the oven, and this is where we can put trays. I think there were some muffin pans and some other places that we wanted to put. You can also, from the pantry, take the aluminum foil Reynolds wrap bags and stack those up in these various slots, and that's going to give us really easy access to that space there too. So you know, with you guys both being at good height, getting to this is not going to be a problem. And then underneath here, this is going to give us space for the very big platters. I think they were perhaps red and white, the serving platters and stuff that you had there in one of the cabinets over there beside the wine cooler. So going to be perfect for that. And then above the refrigerator, 2 drawers. The one on the right is going to slope to the back. We can make this a single height, but at worst we want to make it at least this tall, or in the front, and no taller I should say, because we don't want you to not be able to see what's in there. So we're going to make it shorter in the front, taller in the back, again with the premise that things don't fall out. And then if I slide around here, what we want to do in this one, this would be a great way to have the books. So all the bound books could be here, and they're with the binding facing up and down. That way you can stack them front to back, and they're very easy to get to, and you're utilizing that full space. So if I scroll back here and slide down, give you an idea just at kind of from the vantage point of what you might see as you're walking in the kitchen, that's what it would look like. So again, to slide back around to see the entirety of the kitchen, we're really looking about an overall solution that's going to fix a lot of areas, get rid of the frustration and pain, give you guys some great opportunity to grow with the family and stuff in there and how you use the home. But I do think the pantry and the island are my favorite solutions, although I can see all of these being beneficial in some form or fashion. So I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.